Hello, everybody. I hope you guys had a good day today. I hope it was, well, not as boring as my day was. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good Thursday. Alright. Now to draw some feet. Now the idea, what I want to do is basically like draw these from the back and actually show like the sole of the foot. I'm really not sure exactly how to go about doing that. I seriously am regretting like doing this for the pose, but oh well. Okay. Alright, how do I do this? Because I mean, I'm not gonna make this too super detailed and fancy. Honestly, I'm just thinking just a flat bottom, the bottom of the shoe. I don't know how best to actually show that off. Like, would it actually be better to have... Oh, move away from text tool service? But yeah, would it be better to have this actually be the outline and then kind of like... Because the idea is this part, like this line here is actually kind of showing it sticking out. So it would be better for like from the back view to have that be the outline of the shoe or not. I'm just having a hard time actually visualizing what this would look like. You know, I wonder if I'm going to find it harder or easier to just try and make this thing in Blender. Like, not the entire, obviously not the entire outfit, but because I mean, again, like I said, I do want to try and make these, like the boots and stuff, in Blender. Oh yeah, and I'm also gonna need to fix these parts too. Pretty much just make this higher up and basically have it be more like how the arms are here. So in that case, I might also want to just fix these to be similar to here as well. Although if I don't know. Because I feel like if I did that to fix these, then it would make sense to try and fix the feet too. Because I can't do it as simply as I did it for the hands. Since making these more level didn't really require me to change much about how the hands are. Okay, something I just want to check. Oh. Wait. Okay, no, stand firm is the one I used. Yeah. Because there's definitely... Yeah, what if I just set the angle to... like, perspective to 1? That would have been so much better. Like, just so much better. Feet would have been so much simpler than, like, what I had it at. Oh well, I made my bed, time to lie in it. Okay, but yeah, lesson learned. Always set these to a, like, perspective of 1 if I'm going to be using them like that. I mean, in that case, it might honestly just be better for me to, like, fix these entirely. Yeah, this thing is going to take me forever, isn't it? Because now that I've noticed that, I can't stop noticing it. How does perspective work on this guy? Okay. Yeah, perspective of 1 is good. Okay. So, since I've decided to fix this up, perhaps against my better judgment, we'll find out. First thing I want to do is just take the legs here, and let's copy them. And while I'm at this, I might as well remove the shoes here. Not fully get rid of them, but separate them from the, like, gauntlets here. Gauntlets, no, greaves. But yeah, separate them from the greaves here so I can figure out a better way to draw them. Still keep them around for reference and stuff, but yeah. Okay. So... Okay, just put them there for now. And just sand these down. Huh. Speaking of sanding down, I think I just remembered that one of the laptops I was painting today, they requested it to be buffed first, then painted. I completely skipped on the buffing step. Oh well, if it's bad, they'll just send it back and I'll get to it another day. Assuming that we actually have to pay for that, because who knows if they'll actually, like, get another bucket of black paint in for us to use. It's not like we need it for, like, a third of the laptops we paint. Okay. So yeah, looking at... Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to just make them, like, bring the front up and move the back down. I'll need to do that. I still want to keep this kind of... I want to focus it around here. Like, these points... I just kind of want to keep those points there. That way I have less I have to change. So I'm saying keep these points in common. I just have to draw a more squashed ellipse. All right. And actually, it might be better to just... Yeah, basically just cut out all of this. That way there's not that much confusion over which lines are new and which ones aren't. Okay, I was going to sneeze, but for some reason it just decided, like, nah, we're good. Okay. Maybe a bit more. Okay, that could actually look good. So let's take a look at that. While I sit here wondering if that sneeze is going to come back or not. Because I keep getting a feeling in my nose that something's about to happen. But it just doesn't want to go all the way. Alright. Then we set this. Okay. Might want to try and round the edges a bit more, but I feel like that works. And actually I can pair that with how I have the arms. And it definitely does feel weird that you're not exactly seeing where it goes in directly. But I feel like it still gives off a correct vibe. I guess the issue I feel with not being able to see that, oh, it's going in, is that you just want to like, okay, is it hollow here or is this like a solid part? And maybe I could get around that by just like having a small line here. Yeah, let's try that, see if that actually fixes the issue I'm having. So it doesn't need to be too far above it, just... And it actually needs to be a pen, not an eraser, Cyrus. That's important. That's an important part of this. Maybe. Let's see how this looks when I get rid of this part. Okay, I do like that. That does give like a better feeling for this. Like, this does feel like it makes it a lot easier to tell that, yes, this is a solid part. Okay, I guess I can go and try and add that to the arms, too. I mean, to be fair, if I zoom out... Okay. I can't really make it any bigger without running into this issue again. It might come across... Well, as long as I have the color of this and the color of the, like, bodysuit be different enough, then it should work. Like, it should be... Like, it should be obvious. And even if it's not, like I said, I'm gonna want to actually make a, like, 3D model of some of the armor parts in Blender and then like kind of include that in this, just because I feel like that would make it easier to explain some of these parts. I don't know. I just felt like, yeah, I want to do that, and even if it's going to be a bitch and a half to do it, I'll do it. Because fuck it, why not pick up some new skills? But, okay, yeah, I have the... Still gotta get the... Like, round out the corners here. Get this sorted out. Okay, actually, my issue, I need to like extend this more this way. Yeah, that might have been the issue. That I didn't have the front part going as far as I could have. and that made it feel a bit too sharp of a corner. Whereas now that feels a bit more natural for like a curve. So let's try and do the same here. Okay, that honestly, it does feel a bit more curved. And though this one kind of needs to get cleaned up a bit here in the corner. But yeah, that looks better. Let's this one also. Maybe not that much. Okay, there we go. All right. So now the next thing is I need to move this part up like I have here on the, I have on the gauntlets up here. Which means you gotta lasso it. But then kill it. And I sand off these parts. And so now maybe I'll like, no, that's getting too close to the end. Almost. And now that, okay, that one felt like it got a bit too wide. And this might be it. Okay, no, I still feel it's a bit too wide. I just need to get a, like, here. Yeah, that could be it. Okay, might want to have it tilt a bit at the end here. Okay, and in that case, you might want to fix this one to have a slight. Oh no, it does already have a slight tilt. Okay, yeah. Alright. But, okay, wait, when I updated the gauntlets, I changed how this shape works with them. No, okay, I kept the same general shape. Alright, good to know. Alright. Now I'll do the same thing on this one. Alright, that disappears. Okay, looks nice. Yeah, well, not as many bits to sand down this time. Okay. No. No, it's too big. I'm thinking about it, this one's not even going to... Doesn't even, like, cover this part. Okay, could work. I feel like I kind of need to... Yeah, okay, I really should have made the first one and then lifted my stylus. Okay, that's on me. Okay, that feels good for the start. Alright, I'll try it. And then get to this part. Okay, might need to rein in the sides here, but I do think that's good. Well, not might. Definitely need to rein in the sides. Thankfully, reining them in is fairly easy. Just need to make sure that when I sand down the edges, we don't get any openings. But okay, looking good. Okay, let's just take a look at it. Clear that part out. But yeah, those looking good. Oh yeah, still need to fix that part though. Because, yeah, that does not match the curvature of the piece anymore. Okay. I'll say actually it's pretty good. I mean, I feel like maybe I just kind of need to expand out this side a bit more. Do this. And just kind of carve away at this bit. Okay, yeah, that looks better. All right. So that's the new legs. And actually, now that I remember, oh, before I forget, I mean, this one actually might be a bit harder because I had this be smaller. Hmm. Okay, that can work. Okay, definitely feels like I'll have more room on this one. At the very least, I'll have more room on this side of it. No. No, that's... Just trying to fix this bit. Easier to fix this if I had more center on the screen, so I'm not having weird, so it's not feeling weird to start on my tablet. Okay. Just do that. Nope, that's not good. Alright, that looks better and should make this easier to work with. Doesn't need to be that close. This is probably a good... Yeah, I'd say that's a good distance. Okay. Alright, so that's good. But, alright. So this will basically be a front-facing view of the shoe. Okay, I was thinking of maybe I try. Oh no, I think if what I want to do will be a lot easier to mess around with if I just work with this guy, and especially because I can just duplicate this one. Because if I can rotate this, actually, okay, I was thinking of okay, no, not rotate like that. No. But yeah. Huh. Weird those boxes like that. But yeah. Like trying to get him in line with the leg. But that isn't really going to help, because then it's... Okay, yeah. No, I don't think rotating him is the answer, but moving it so... Okay. So I get it like that as a position. Yeah, it seems to be about the same position it was in before. Then... Well, okay, actually I only needed that so I had... so I had it on level ground here. So then I can just move this copies layer over like so. And now the foot's in a good place for me to actually like draw the shoe on it. Okay, glad I got that like figured out. So it would come out, obviously got to give some space to it. Like it's a big shoe, it's not skin tight. Okay. Okay. If you're looking at a shoe head on... Okay, well this isn't exactly head on, it is a bit tilted forward, I can live with that. Because you can see that the sole of the foot isn't level throughout. It's at a bit of an angle. But yeah, if you're standing a shoe head on... Okay, got an idea. Thank you, House Slippers, for being a, well, somewhat of a useful reference. So basic thing is, this kind of needs to continue out a bit more to, like I say, I have to have this part sticking out a bit. And that'll be like, anything that's above the part where like its widest point, that's like the space for the shoe and the stuff, like space for the foot in the shoe. Anything below it is the actual sole of the shoe. So you have a line like this, it's pretty much going like right below where the... Well, actually no, that would be where the sole, like that's where this line should be going. It should be right behind the shoe, like so. Which would mean this one I should actually raise up a bit higher, kind of to... Okay, looking at my shoe again. Yeah, that top line should kind of be above the toes. Because again, if we're following this, then you have here, this is kind of like on top of the foot. Here, this part is kind of like, this section is kind of like in front of the toes and such, and here's the sole below everything. So when I actually think about it, I should probably have this be more. This part probably needs to be curved a bit more. Oh, oh. Well, again, looking at it, I need this part to actually kind of be sticking out more compared to where basically we have a normal slope and then this sticks out. That's kind of like the idea here. So for now, I'll just have this as this is the line. Okay, that part. Okay, yeah, no, I think it went a bit too high in the back there. So something like that. Then we kind of go out a bit more for this part. Okay, no, that's a shadow. Then it kind of draws in a bit more for the actual soul of it. And if I turn this off, well, they do look weird. But I mean, I'm pretty sure the same could be said for like Mega Man's actual ones, because yeah, they also just look like they're not supposed to look like normal shoes. So I think it's good. And definitely want to kind of let's move these lines out a bit more. Okay, we're looking better. Now it feels like I have this part up a bit too high. Yeah, I definitely really need to just make these in, like, make a 3D version of these in Blender, just because that'll be so much easier to actually just figure stuff out. Like, just look at the 3D model, you'll be able to see, okay, yeah, so that's how that's supposed to go. I mean, like, the end result will be easier to parse. I don't know how easy it's going to be making the end result, but it should definitely be easier to parse a 3D model than this. Okay, I definitely feel like I should have this part. Oh, maybe I should have it curve less from there. Like, would that look better? Yeah, okay, yeah, it kind of does look better, it not curving that much. And I feel like this could look better if I actually... don't have it take up that much space there. But I feel like an issue I'm having with this is just the spacing between these isn't as consistent as I would like it to be. And like, I don't know if this will make it better or not. I mean, I might want to redo the like soul a little bit, but okay, actually, I think that looks better. Yeah, I might want to redo this part of it, shorten it a bit, but that actually looks a lot better. Okay, now if I'm gonna want to mess with that, I need to do it from this angle, because otherwise I just cannot actually get a proper curve on that. Okay. Maybe just going to make this go a bit lower here. But alright. Okay. So that's one of the shoes. Now just to draw the crystal. And now this is going to be a bit more difficult because now it's not exactly like a top down, it's a front view, so... Although to be fair, this one, it's still actually like at an angle, like it's on a slant. So... Okay. Let's just... Just draw a basic hexagon. Then figure out which of these will actually help with this. Does distort do anything? No, obviously that part of it isn't going to. That part could. Except, no, that just... Hmm. Yeah, see, no, that just... Okay, distort is a no-go. Perspective, maybe? Okay, perspective might actually be what I need. If I draw it and then do this, this can at least help me get the basic perspective for the first one, and then I can somewhat follow that for the second one, although, like the second one being the inner hexagon, but the inner hexagon is going to be lifted a bit, and it's going to kind of overlap with the top of it. But yeah, I think perspective skewing, like doing perspective like this will help. Alright. So, actually, so say I do it like this. Like, yeah, we don't want it like that. Wish I just had an easy way to just kind of... Well, actually... No. Like, would rotating it help? I'm not sure. Or skew just skews in a direction. Actually, free transform might be one of my better options, actually. I probably don't have just like a one-size-fits-all solution to this, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I think my best bet will be just to like rotate it a bit and then skew it. Okay. Yeah. I really need to debind right click on this thing. I do not need to just keep sampling. Well, I do not need to keep accidentally color picking when I'm just holding my stylus. Okay, that's good. Actually, no, I can make it wider. Okay, good. Alright. And honestly, I like how that looks so much, I'm just going to not mess with this directly. Just copy that onto a new layer. And also it will just make this much easier to work with. Okay. Might have made it a bit too big. Alright, so first things first, let's rotate it. Okay. Now we do some perspective on it. Oh, okay, actually, okay, yeah, no, I can't. I have to do this all in one or I'll lose the... Or the perspective is going to get weird. No, okay, yeah, no, Okay, I'd say that's good. Get a bit like that. Okay. Now to figure out how exactly to... God. Okay, well thankfully this is on a different layer, so I can go onto the shoe layer here and just kind of realize that, like, I actually need this part to curve because it's to show it's still going around. Ugh, God. Or well, maybe... Well, I'm not exactly doing a side profile of it. This is supposed to be like the front of it. not like that. So if I instead start from going like here, something like that. But then how do I draw this and still kind of... God. So, yeah, I should try and focus on this as the part. So even with there being like a noticeable difference in the angle after the stick out part, I need these two to actually like come to a singular point. Instead, it needs to go like this. Actually, yeah, no, I need to figure out this one. And this needs to kind of go into it. Like so. I think that works. How does this even look far out? And in that case, if I'm doing it like this, I also kind of need to... God, I really wish I could just make this in 3D and then use that as a reference. You know, I'm gonna have to see if I can actually get like this, if I can take this model of CSP and like just plop in a blender, then I can just build the boot around like the leg. Hell, I won't even need the entire body. I just need to like cut off a leg, and I've like cut off a leg, cut off an arm, cut the head off, and I'm good. It's like I'm looking at this. Maybe my issue is I'm just like showing off too much of the bottom here. And maybe that's it. Let's just try something. Let's get rid of this part. Let's just shrink the, I'll try and be consistent with it. Okay, actually I think, yeah, no, that. Okay, I feel like that actually works a lot better. But in that case, I kind of want to... I want to change this part now. Like maybe at least like that much instead of what I had. Yeah, I think that feels better. Actually, wait, maybe my issue is that I'm not having it curve enough just in general on this side to get to the other. Like, it needs to have a big curve here, but I'm not actually showing that it's a big curve at the end. That might be what's throwing me off here. So I'm trying to have it be, like, equivalent there, but it needs to actually curve more when it gets here. On both of these. Okay, that might actually be it. That might be why it's just feeling off to me. Like, I need to actually show it kind of wrapping around. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's actually looking much better. Obviously, you kind of fix up this toe part here. And actually, this part should try actually kind of have it going in a bit closer like that. And if I want to do it right, I need to do it like this. But yeah, this should definitely be getting closer in the more we get here. If I try to follow that same principle here, Does that look better? Or is that making it seem too much like we're looking at the side here? That's a big thing. Well, at least I know once I get this figured out, I can just flip it and copy it for the other one. It should be good. Like, yeah, looking at it, I should be trying to keep a similar angle. Oh, not really similar angle. Should we try to follow a similar curve? So let's try that. Like, definitely afford more space to it. Okay, I think that's pretty much... no, it... Like, I can't tell if it's following, if it has the exact same curve or if it curves a bit earlier. You know, probably part of my issue with this is I don't exactly have it. I don't have the front exactly kind of like front and center, like how this one is like very front facing, but what I'm using here isn't. So I'm trying to compare it there to get a nice reference on the, like how it should look, but the reference I'm using here is not at the same angle, so it's throwing me off. Honestly, it might be best just to get it close enough here, and once I make the 3D model for the boot and everything, then I can fine-tune it. So in that case, does this look like a shoe? I'd say yeah. Although thinking so, I might actually want to kind of make this more angled than it currently is, because right now it just looks like it's going straight. Okay, actually, I like that. That looks better. All right. Okay. So now I can So first, let's move this around a bit, like so. So, okay. So yeah, long line in a, okay, maybe in lines going up like this. And we kind of get short lines like right here, and then one barely there line. These ones should come out far enough that I can kind of connect these while still kind of like following the outer one here. So yes, something like that. Because again, like this part is higher up compared to the base. So when you're seeing an angle like this, you're kind of, and when you're facing it front on, you're kind of seeing it. Like, it's obviously, again, this is on a slope because it's on like the front of the shoe, so it's kind of sloping down a bit. Which means that you're not seeing it like it's not like how the hands are, where you're seeing it from the side, or how the head is. So, like, and you're viewing it at an angle, so it's not perfectly kind of like equidistant from the edges. Okay. Take this, cut it into that copy, merge that down there, and now it's on the fourth. Oh wait, yeah, I put that one. Oh. Okay, that was actually pointless. I first cut the only thing out of 5 to merge it into the fourth one, so. Alright. Okay. So now, if I do it, actually, wait, since when I made these, the gauntlets should be the exact same. They should be mirrored from each other. So move it on to here, do this, rotate it. And then, yeah, we do that. Merge. And okay, these are new pants. To think I was wanting to do some more like work on the back face of this, and then I just ended up completely remaking like the shoes. Yeah, it's funny like that. And honestly, it's gonna be easier for me if I just do something like this. Then undo that, merge flare below, and okay, yeah, the shoes are definitely going to get redrawn once I actually make the boot. Oh, actually, before I merge them, duplicate layer, merge these, turn this one blue, okay, and I can get rid of those extra drawings, yeah. Oh. Actually, what? Okay, now we move it. Just gotta scooch it on over. Okay. Okay, actually, wait. I want to move this. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Delete those. And this one, that. And obviously, yeah, I'm going to need to do something with these because they are not exactly. Because obviously, there's going to be a difference on how these were shown, but more so I just want to get. Oh, yeah. Again. Well, I'll be getting to that next time. I just want to get these over here so I at least have something. But alright. That is it for this stream. Definitely did not expect to spend that much time. I honestly didn't expect to just completely redraw the shoes because I just got tired of trying to figure out how exactly to show them off. And to think I'm going to be redrawing them again eventually once I make that boot in Blender. Alright. Do I even want to raid into anybody? I am definitely not feeling it right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I think I will just end the stream. We're not going to raid out to anybody. Alright. So, for everyone who stopped by, whether you lurked, whether you chatted, thank you. I always appreciate having you guys here, even when I have a stream where I really don't get much accomplished. It's nice to have you guys here. Alright, next stream will be tomorrow. Again, it's going to be more Star Force 2. It'll be starting at 5:30 like usual. And I think it should be pretty fun. Yeah, at the very least, we're getting more into the game, and like, we're pretty much at the point that most most of Battle Network and Star Force games kind of just pretty much follow you get the standard game-specific power-up during like the third scenario. And we're kind of in the third scenario, so we should be getting the power-up soon. And that'll be fun. But yeah, that's everything. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, noon, afternoon, evening, day, night, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever time zone you're in. I hope you have a wonderful time of it, and I hope I'll see you again next time. So first, bye for YouTube. Oh, first, bye to YouTube, so bye guys. Alright, and then